you're looking at moving to Idaho and you want to know what all the buzz is about, especially from a Californian that moved to Idaho. Well, I moved from San Diego, California, and I made the move to Idaho, to the Boise area. And I absolutely love it. And in this video, I'm going to be covering some of the main reasons why I love living in Idaho and why you may like living here as well. And I thought about this the other day when I was taking a nice long hot shower, and I was thinking about when I was back in California. And when I grew up, I mean, we did everything we possibly could to conserve water. And there's nothing wrong with conserving water, of course. But I remember my mom, and she still does it to this day, she would put a bucket in the shower so that when the cold water is ready until it heats up, she's saving all that cold water so she can use it to flush the toilets with that water. And that's great conservation efforts, but it's just nice to be able to take a nice long hot shower because water is so plentiful up here in the Pacific Northwest, especially here in the Boise, Idaho area, coming from all that snowfall in the mountains, going into the reservoirs and into the rivers and the canal systems. And we have this wonderful water source here with the aquifer, so we can take nice long hot showers that you just can't take in California because it's too scarce and it's too darn expensive, especially because of all the political reasons why water is expensive in California. So if you're still using a bucket to save your cold water to flush your toilets, you don't have to do that in Idaho. And the other reason too that we can take nice long hot showers is because utility bills are so much cheaper than in California. Obviously it costs a lot of money to keep that water heater heated, but with our lower electric bills, lower gas bills, everything is so much cheaper. When I talk to my friends, clients back in California, they're paying $300, $400, up to $800+ a month in gas and electric bills. So for me, on average, I'm paying about $150 a month for my gas and electric bills. Now in the summer, it is a little bit higher, closer to $200 for electricity, but generally speaking, I'm right around that $150 mark combined. And something else you don't see very often is I actually got a notice a couple months ago that my gas bill was gonna go down by about 20% because of savings that the utility had experienced. I mean, when was the last time that you saw a notification from your utility company that your utility bills were actually gonna go down? Water is also a lot cheaper for water, sewer, and trash combined through the city. I pay $160 on average every 2 months. So 40 of that is actually trash. So you take that out, that's 120. So about $60 a month for water and sewer. So again, relatively cheap compared to California. The other great thing is that we can run our HVAC systems 24/7 here in Idaho. I know growing up in San Diego, and even still to this day, it is a rarity that you can really run your furnace or your AC. You only do it when it gets really cold, and you only run the AC when it gets really hot, right? Because it's just too darn expensive. So those utility bills that I was talking about, that was with running probably part-time, right? Not even full-time. It's just so much less expensive here in Idaho. You can actually run your AC, run your furnace, and keep a nice moderate temperature to whatever you like at any given time. And I run mine 24/7 and I don't feel bad about it. Now, another awesome thing that we love about living here is that we actually get to water our lawns. And everyone has lawns and you get to water them and keep them green. Believe it or not, when it's hot in the summertime, I water my lawn 2 times a day, every single day. Could you imagine doing that in California? We had so many restrictions. You still have so many restrictions if you even have a lawn at all. And actually, it's a good thing to water your lawn here because there are fewer farms than there were in the past, and we still need that water going into the ground, and it goes into the storm drain, which goes into a stormwater basin that then percolates back into the ground and helps recharge that aquifer. So it's a great thing to be watering your lawn here in Idaho. Lots of green grass all over the place, and it's just so nice to have a nice green lawn. And I was recently in San Diego for a business trip because I do actually help sell homes down there for people relocating up here, help them list their homes and get top dollar for them in San Diego. But what I noticed in stark contrast to Boise, Idaho and the surrounding areas is 2 big things. And that was 1, the roads in Boise, Idaho and the Treasure Valley are paved nicely. There's not potholes all over the place. They actually maintain their roads. Now, yes, they're doing a lot of construction on the roads, expanding the infrastructure for all the people moving here, but the roads are actually paved, the potholes are filled, and they're nice versus San Diego in very, very nice high-end areas. I was in Pacific Beach, potholes everywhere. It was torn up with multi-million-dollar homes right there in Pacific Beach and all throughout central San Diego, and it's just all torn up. But Boise, Idaho, nice paved roads. The other thing, of course, is lack of homeless population. Now look, I care for homeless people. I care for people that have been down on their luck. But let's face it, a lot of the homeless population is due to drugs and alcohol, and they live on the streets, and frankly, it's illegal. So Boise, Idaho has a very, very small homeless population. The surrounding areas have extremely small homeless populations. It's very rare to see homeless people in Boise, Idaho versus San Diego and virtually anywhere in California and Oregon and Washington. You're gonna see massive homeless encampments, and you just do not see that here. You occasionally will see someone asking for handouts, but for the most part, homeless folks are able to go into the shelters and be taken care of. And if there are encampments, it's illegal and it's enforced. So big difference between Boise, Idaho, the Treasure Valley, and the entire West Coast. We also have much cheaper gasoline than California. So that is another great perk about just being able to drive around and fill up and not completely break the bank because of gas prices. Now, is it significantly cheaper? It's about $1 to $1.50 cheaper at any given time, sometimes up to $2 cheaper, depending on what's going on in California with gas prices. But when I'm recording this right now, gas is just $3.25 a gallon heading into 2024. The other thing you're gonna be saving on is property taxes. Homes are more affordable overall here, and you're gonna be saving money on your property taxes as a result, but also the base tax rate is likely going to be lower as well. Now, California does have the wonderful Prop 13, which certainly helps, but at minimum, you're gonna be starting at 1% tax in California. San Diego, where I'm from, the minimum tax is 1.24%, because of the local bond measures that have been passed. Here it is gonna range a bit, but generally speaking, what I see is anywhere from about 0.4%, that's right, 0.4% up to 1%. But generally speaking, you're in that 0.4 to 0.8%. And that's because there is a homeowner's exemption here of $125,000 that you can take off the purchase price of your home. So if you bought a $600,000 home, you cut that down by $125,000 and drop it into $475,000. That's you're actually paying tax on it. So the effective tax rates tend to be between 0.4 to 0.8. My effective tax rate was very low, and I only have to pay about $1,800 a year in property taxes at the moment. We also have very cheap car registration here in Idaho, just $75 a year, no matter what kind of vehicle that you're registering. So for me, when I registered my truck in California, it cost me around $800 to register that brand new vehicle. Here, just $75 to register that vehicle. And you can add a $10 state stamp to it that allows you to get into any state campground in the entire state of Idaho for free. And then of course, there are just all the freedoms that we have here in Idaho, especially around gun laws. Obviously, a big reason why people love living in Idaho is for the freedom around guns, where you can actually go and purchase a firearm, instant background check, and walk out with it. No waiting period, far less restrictions on what type of firearms you can own. I have an entire video going over all the gun laws here in Idaho, but you can open carry, you can conceal carry without a CCW. You can, of course, get a CCW if you like. You don't have to have it. Now, are you gonna see a lot of people open carrying? No, I've actually only seen 3 people open carry here in the last couple years. And in fact, recently I just saw one because he owns a coffee shop and he was open carrying. Hey, just letting everyone know, don't mess with me. Are you gonna see that in California? Absolutely not. Also, of course, a lot of hunters around here. So gun culture is huge in Idaho. Everyone has them. Good luck trying to break into someone's home, because guess what? You're probably gonna be met with a blaster on the other side of the door. And of course, home affordability. It's so much more affordable to buy a home here in Idaho. For what you can get in California, it's gonna cost 2 to 3 times more to get that kind of house, that kind of property. Now, depending on what you're looking for, it may not be as affordable as what you might think. If you're looking for an acre or 2 of land and you're looking for a house on that and you think you're gonna spend a couple $100,000, probably not gonna happen. You're gonna be in that $600,000, $700,000, $800,000+ range. But many of the homes you can purchase here are gonna range from $400,000 to $600,000. You're gonna get an awesome home. If you're looking more into the luxury side, the higher end side, as you push in the $700,000, $800,000 range, and of course into the $1 million range, you can get an absolutely gorgeous home, larger lot, all kinds of amenities. That to get that same thing in California, you're gonna be spending $1 to $2 to $3 million for that type of home. And Idaho is just super family friendly. We love living here for how family friendly it is. A lot of people with a lot of kids, and that could just be anywhere from having 3 kids up to more kids. And the comments we get when people talk to us about having kids, it's always super supportive. When we were in California, it was always kind of a negative connotation towards my wife of, hey, wow, your hands are really full. Here, it's your hands are full, how can I help? It's a very positive thing. Lots of family-friendly activities, splash pads and parks all over the place, and all kinds of recreational activities, whether or not you have kids, everything. Skiing, snowboarding, snowmobiling, boating, hunting, fishing, camping, all kinds of things that you can think of outdoors. It's all right here, just a stone's throw away, depending on what you're doing. The Boise River that we love going through, easy access to jump into, fishing all around here, or up in the foothills and the local mountains, in the absolutely beautiful mountains just an hour to 2 hours away. Those are the reasons why a San Diegan loves living in Idaho. And if you're looking to make the move to Idaho as well, all you got to do is reach out to me via phone, text, or email. I would absolutely love to talk with you. We'll jump on a Zoom call and figure out the best time frame and the best type of home that's going to work for you. I help people all the time make the move here to Idaho when they're buying a home, just like you and you and you and you, and I absolutely love it. And if you love this channel, hit subscribe, hit like so other people can find it. And if you're looking to know more about the Treasure Valley area, all you got to do is watch this video right here, and I'll see you on that next video.